Hi everyone. Today we are looking at your spiritual abilities and seeing which ones are the strongest, how you can use them, how you can maybe tap into them a little bit more. You have 3 cards to choose from. 1, 2, and 3. I'll give you a little bit of time to meditate and pick which one resonates with you the most. Okay, pile 1, you picked Soul Guidance. I'm going to shuffle out your cards and then take a look at them and see what your abilities are. Spirit, what is pile 1's spiritual abilities? May I receive only the messages that they need for their highest good. Spirit, what is pile 1's spiritual abilities? One more, Spirit. Pile 1 spiritual abilities. One went flying. Let's see which one that is. Okay, let's pull some tarot. What is pile 1's spiritual abilities? One more, Spirit. One more. Okay, I'm going to take a moment. The first message that I'm getting is that you're an old soul, or you have very old medicine that is trying to speak to you, that you're trying to channel, connect to. I think the ancestors and all these ancient healers really are trying to connect with you and show you the way. This could be shamanic medicine. In shamanic practice, we connect to the healers before us. That's how we learn a lot of that wisdom. The star is a very healing card, but as far as reading this intuitively, again, with shamanic practice, or at least the lineage that I've trained in, we want to connect with Mother Earth and Father Sky. And I can see that represented in this card. it's the balance of both and how we're in the middle, channeling from both sides. Even with the cats and the bird, it reminds me, and it looks like an eagle on top. This is very much kind of pointing power animals that you would have with a lot of like old medicine, like shamanic practices. Each direction has power animals, and each lineage is a little bit different, but you would work with these animals to help you journey, help you find your inner strength and wisdom. Very beautiful. And kind of going further into your reading here, this may have been something that you already know, that you're already working on. And I think this is just clarifying that it is part of your journey here on earth, is to follow this healer's calling of the ancient medicine and just receive the messages that it's giving you, to be in flow with this journey. Even with soul guidance here, it's about listening to that inner voice of yours, to let yourself be free in your spirituality. I believe this group is very intuitive. You have a very strong calling here to be a healer. And I see this Knight of Pentacles as being a messenger. But I think you would also do very well. I think it's also kind of giving nod to, obviously, you could benefit financially from this. You could even travel. And it doesn't have to be shamanic practice. There's so many different types of healing medicine out there, and whatever resonates with you will work. It's, meant for you. But you have a very strong calling to follow this path of healing, even if you only use it for yourself. You are a natural healer in one way or another. And I think it's a matter of you just acknowledging that in yourself, believing in yourself. Okay, let's see. Let's pull some more cards of how you can tap a little bit more into this ancient healer ability. Spirit, how can pile one tap into their inner healer? How can they tap into this ancient wisdom and medicine? I'm not forgetting that there's probably other healers in your family, whether it's traditional healing or maybe just kind of old wisdom, something, like your grandparents, to kind of know these little tips and tricks of old school healing. I'm picking that up as well. Spirit, how can they tap into this healing wisdom? I'm getting this could be a slower process, but learning different healing abilities, it can be rather slow. But it doesn't mean that it won't happen. I think you can tap into this by, for one, expanding your heart. When we are hurt from past traumas and the people that we can encounter, over time we can close off our heart. But finding part of this is becoming a healer, is finding your inner medicine and walking forward in a heart-centered way. And when we learn to see more beauty in the world instead of suffering, it becomes easier to obtain the things that we want. It raises our vibration. We're able to manifest easier. And then there's also the mother energy. I find that most healers kind of have a little bit of that mother nature to them of healing. Whether you're man or woman, it's the more feminine, nurturing side. And these abilities are such a gift to you that maybe parts of you don't think you deserve, but you very much do. You are being called to help heal the collective. And with wishing well, I think the possibilities are unlimited. You're able to tap into this unlimited source of healing and knowledge. You could also be a strong channel. A lot of healers are. But I think you'll start tapping into this more when you don't doubt yourself as much and you start to heal your heart wounds and open your heart up. And Spirit really wants me to let you know that there are so many different types of healers. It could be just writing, doing art, it could be Reiki, it could be massage therapy, it could be simply sharing your story. But I do think you have untapped ancient wisdom within you, no matter which direction that you choose to go in. I think you work with that energy. Let's see if we can get any more information. Spirit, what else can you tell me about Pile 1's spiritual abilities? I heard transmute energy. You're able to compost like negative energy and kind of like the suffering that you've gone through, negative energy that you pick up, you're able to kind of compost it and to change it. Spirit, what else can you tell me about Pile 1? Pile 1 spiritual abilities. And again, with all of these animals, so many animals, higher perspective, and a lot of big cats. So with shamanic practice, big cats are a big part of that, of helping you kind of like navigate through journeys and eat up negative energy. And it's also interesting here how you have the Fool card and then you have Strength, but I'm looking at the numbers here, and so you have 10 and you have a Fool, which is about beginning. So I think this is also coming at a time that you might be experiencing a lot of change, and I think it helps push you into this new direction. You know, when there's endings, there's beginnings, and it's this beautiful cycle of change and renew, even though it can be difficult at the time, but it's very, very powerful. And, you know, they're asking you to take the leap of faith and trust. And defending the weak. I think that's also just helping people into healing. And, you know, when we become healers, it's easy to think that we need this certain level of knowledge or these different certifications or abilities, but honestly, just going through something and acknowledging that you made it out and you learn from it, you're able to help others, no matter how small it may be. Maybe it's changing jobs, or, you know, having kids or not having kids, or, you know, growing your own business or writing or doing art. When you succeed a little bit at that, you're able to help others who are trying to do the same. So you could also be into spiritual coaching. You have the ability to help guide others with soul guide. You know, you're able to help other people on this journey after you go through the journey yourself. And I do think this could be pretty abundant for you. I see that you would have a pretty good following. With the sunflowers in the background of this card, it's also giving me like sun card energy. It's very beautiful energy. You're a very sweet and loving person. And I think if you just heal your heart a little bit and gain a little bit more trust in yourself, these abilities will continue to grow. But you're definitely a healer. You're meant to help other souls. All right, Pile 1. That's all that I have for you today. I hope this resonated. If it did, please tell me down in the comments. Hi, Pile 2. You picked the Flower Power card. I'm going to pull out cards for you and then look them over, and we'll get into it. Spirit, what is Pile 2's spiritual ability? Please only give me the messages that they need. What is Pile 2's spiritual abilities? spiritual abilities. Okay. One fell, just a moment. Sorry about that. Spirit, can I have one more card, please? Okay. Let's get a few tarot cards. Spirit, what can you tell me about pile 2's spiritual abilities? It's interesting that pile 1 also got answer the call. And it's honestly, it's not too surprising because the state of the world right now, there's a lot of people that are waking up to the call of being healers and people that help raise the vibration and that are healing themselves. So it's really not that surprising that I see that card here. And then again with like warrior woman, really wanting you to answer the call of your spiritual self. With flower power, I believe you have ability to use herbs. Herbal medicine is very powerful, but also the ability to connect with nature. I'm even hearing like a tour guide, like a hike guide. Maybe you cultivate different hiking experiences for people. That can be very healing, spending time out in nature. And there's a lot of people that don't really know how to go about it themselves, you know, which different precautions to take and, you know, how to pack for it and different safety, things like that. And seeing all the food here, that also makes me believe that you kind of have this special green thumb. It's very fruitful and abundant. So someone who uses herbs and food, it's definitely big for you. It's like Mother Earth speaks through you. You communicate with Mother Earth, like gardening and planting flowers, planting vegetables. With this sword, I keep seeing you cutting through negative, dense energy. I think overall your abilities is being able to nurture yourself and people around you through means of using Mother Earth, of planting flowers and vegetables, herbal medicine, even like hiking and camping. But there's a very strong connection that you have with earth and earth elements. And I believe that you're very intuitive. And one of your abilities is being able to cut through dense negative energy. You are divinely protected, but I think you are meant, part of your journey, you're meant to grow this part of you, kind of plant the seed and nurture it. So if you've been thinking about doing anything related to being outside, and I think you should go for it. Spirit wants you to connect to that part of yourself. Let's see how you can tap into this green thumb energy healing side of yourself. I also am hearing using herbs as protection. The power of herbal medicine it's really something else. Very powerful stuff. You might even explore with witchcraft. If you don't already, maybe that's a little bit what your calling is to practice with witchcraft, specifically, green witch, using herbs and plants, working in a kitchen. Spirit, how can they tap into this ability? Spirit, how can they tap into this ability? If this is something of interest to you, and honestly, if you look at these cards and you're getting a different message, please take whatever resonates with you. But if you've thought about maybe taking a cooking class or herbal medicine class, gardening class, look and see if there's anything local to you or something that you can find online, maybe different books. Even just reading maybe an article on it could help you decide, if this feels right for you. But I think when you start tapping into this ability, you'll really start to heal yourself, by changing your foods and your diet and spending time in nature. This is how you'll heal yourself, at least this is like your main form of healing. I'm also hearing, this is a bit different, but I'm hearing that you might be good at helping other people with soul retrieval. It might even be as far out there as becoming experienced with ayahuasca. in helping people journey with that. It's not something I completely recommend for people, so, only at your own discretion and what feels right for you. But maybe even hearing other people talk about their experience would be enough for you to kind of learn from that. You could be a plant communicator, which is actually how we discovered using ayahuasca in the first place, is that the people spoke to the plants. With being a plant communicator, you could also be an animal communicator. But working with flowers and plants and nature is very healing, and your ability is to be able to work with them and communicate and help others use them. Let's see what else Spirit might have to say. Can you tell me anything else, Spirit, about pile 2? How can they tap into these abilities? One more, Spirit. Here's a little bit more of that feminine energy that I was picking up on with the Empress. And again, there's so many plants in this card, and even this one, and nature. And I heard descendant of Mother Earth is what I'm hearing, which I've never heard that before. I'm not completely sure what that means. Maybe that resonates for you. I'm feeling if you want to get started in this path and you're not already, spend some time in nature. Go for walks, don't have your phone, or, don't listen to music. Just simply be and absorb it all. Just absorb what you're seeing and hearing. See if you can start picking up any messages that the earth around you is giving you. Practicing grounding. There's different grounding techniques that you can use, and you can find several on YouTube. It's something I'll probably do a video on in the future. But earth medicine is very powerful for you, and I hope this reading resonated. If it did, please comment down below. Hi, Pile 3. I'm going to pull out some of your cards and then we'll get into your reading. Spirit, can you tell me about pile 3's spiritual abilities? Please only give me the messages that they need most at this time. Messages that are for their highest good. Spirit, what can you tell me about pile 3's spiritual abilities? One more time. Just one, Spirit. Just one card, please. One more. This is wanting to come out. Spirit, what can you tell me about pile 3's spiritual abilities? One more, Spirit. I think your main ability is to be able to raise your vibration. I'm hearing timeline jumping, quantum leap. I think you're able to not just manifest, but really switch your timelines. Like I'm hearing like 5D, kind of a little bit of a, we all have higher consciousness, souls. We all have that ability, but I think you're a little bit more tapped into it. Like it's like a direct line. Like when I kind of look at these cards together, just direct line to a higher source. You know, you've got the plane. I'm seeing this as kind of your crown chakra. We got, you know, the prayer here. And it's also remind me of the third eye. And you might currently be going through kind of an unsteady, like, feeling, but you're able to walk away from it. It's like you're able to transmute kind of like this heavy, like, stressful energy and just make a decision to move on from it and to switch timelines. And I even see you here. It's like you've already walked this path that may have seemed a little bit long and winding, but here you are with this, like, higher consciousness. And with this type of energy, you could be a channel, strong, intuitive, but your ability to have, like, this higher vibration, it's very healing around people. You could use it as, like, a spiritual coach, public speaker. I'm really getting manifest the life that you want. Timeline jumping, it's not easy. It can be a little daunting at times, but you just have so much support around you to be able to do it. It's almost like all you have to do is just ask for it. Let's see what else we can get on this. I am hearing that meditation is very important for you. Spirit, how can pile 3 tap into this ability of manifesting and timeline jumping and building the life that they want for themselves and for others? How can they tap into this? Can I get one more card, Spirit? Thank you. One thing I'm hearing is that you're able to tap into these abilities more when you learn to be in the flow and when you learn to play and have fun and to find compassion for yourself. But again, there's this open channel that you have. And I see this card mostly as being able to build the life that you want. But really being in the flow. Because with manifesting and different things like that, like, yes, you want to put your intention to it, you want to ask for it, but there's also that stepping back and believing that it will happen. So there's a little bit of work, but not trying to force it. And also be open to change in general. You know, you can't build the life that you want and stay the same. It just doesn't really work like that. So being in flow, being open to change, trusting in the universe and trusting in yourself. Remember, when you walk away, there's something better for you on the other end. you know, looking back at the tarot, filled with anxiety and really stressed, to walking away, to moving forward, and even, you know, there's even travel. So it's really accepting change. But I think you have this profound ability to kind of make up your decision that you want something and going for it and it happening. And it takes a lot of courage to do that as well. But I think your intuition really guides you for a lot of this. You're just receiving, you know, information from divine source that kind of pulls you into these directions. And it's okay to take a few risks, you know, do what feels right for you. You know, don't put yourself into jeopardy or anything like that. But remember, when things seem difficult or they seem almost dangerous or unstable, it's often things are kind of crashing down to bring us into something else. Let's see what else Spirit has to tell us. I'm also hearing astral projection. That might be something that you're already aware of that you're doing. You might be getting things in your dreams. What else, Spirit? What else for pile 3? How can we tap into these spiritual abilities? That card came out for pile 2 as well. There's a lot of similarities with the decks, and I think so much of it has to do with the world just needing people to step up as healers and guides and to help heal themselves and the consciousness. And with this self-mastery, I definitely am picking up more on just kind of being like a master manifester. And with this determination and communication, I think that's really honing in more on your ability to channel and to connect to source. It's interesting. I'm seeing kind of like there's different golden lights that you're able to see, and it's like you're able to pick like which one to go on. Like you're able to see all these different timelines or kind of sense these different timelines. It's kind of like this ability to see yourselves and other people's highest timeline and really help them and yourself accept the change and work through the change that needs to happen. I'm also kind of seeing that even just with your friends and family, like you're able to see the best in them that they're not able to see. You may be a person that people really love to go to for advice. Your nature is very healing and elevated. And you might be stepping into a time of kind of finding your tribe of people that you resonate with, of, that are higher vibration. Because with this, change in anxiety that we spoke about earlier, it could be that you're in the phase now of just kind of letting go your old limiting beliefs and your old life and some of your old friends and bad habits. And that might not resonate for everyone, but I'm getting that for some of you. Taking time to kind of sit in meditation is very important. But I think when you bring in more joy and fun in your life, you'll also kind of open up that channel a little bit more. This is all I have for you, Pile 3. I hope this reading resonated, and if it did, please let me know down in the comments.